misconceptions. I love your
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're connecting from. Welcome to Style to Impact Live. If you're here live, let me know that you're in the chat. Come and say hello. If you're watching the replay, thank you very much for coming back and listening to today's conversation. It absolutely means a lot whenever you take time out of your schedule to join me on these lives or you come back and listen to the replay. So let me know that you're here and that you came back. So thank you for that. Before I get into any of these conversations, I like to start with a wellness check in because I think it's important for us to take a moment to pause, to center ourselves, to tap into how we're feeling, and just identify how we're feeling and what are some tools or ways or things that we need to show up intentionally for ourselves. So if you're here live, I would love to hear from you. How are you doing today? I hope your week is going great. Definitely looking forward. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I don't know what happened there for a second. But yeah, I'm gonna use this weekend to just decompress a little bit. And so yeah, let me know how you're doing. And of course, how is everything going on your neck of the woods? Yes, so that's my wellness check-in. I don't know what happened there. I think I kind of went in a different direction with that. But nonetheless, if you're new to this space, I'm Selena Roberts. I'm the founder of Style to Impact. And I truly believe that representation is not just you having a seat at the table or you being in the room, but it's definitely also how you show up. And speaking about showing up, I wanted to have a conversation around how introverts can level the power of style at work, to be more visible, to have their presence felt, to feel more confident in yourself as well, and definitely help you to boost your credibility and impact in your career and business. As an introvert myself, I know that there are so many misconceptions when it comes to who introverts are and how we show up in the world, whether or not we are good leaders. So there's all of that we have to deal with, right? And unfortunately, those biases and those misconceptions can sometimes result in us not getting the opportunity that we're looking for in our careers, even though we are qualified for the position. Like the position requires that the most qualified candidate needs to be someone who pays attention to detail, someone who's very detail oriented, someone who is organized, someone who is analytical, someone who is um, confident. But yet, whenever introverts are being um, analyzed, I don't want to say analyzed, whenever introverts are being assessed, that's the word, assessed for different, whether or not that's in your career or that's in your business, though the skills that's required sometimes get overshadowed by the fact that you may be quiet, like your demeanor, your being, your energy. It's not one that says, oh, I don't care, it's just you have a very calming demeanor. Like I get that a lot where I'm being told that, oh, you have a very quiet personality. You when you speak, it's very soft, it's very intentional, but sometimes that can be misconstrued to meaning, oh, you're not outspoken, you're not going to be able to lead a team, and that is not correct. And so I wanted to have this conversation around how can you really, as an introvert, leverage the power of style, really take advantage of it so that you can get those opportunities, so that you can be seen in a different light, or there may be someone in the room during that discussion as to whether or not you're qualified for a position that will say, yes, Salida is an introvert in terms of how she uses her energy. However, what I've noticed is that she's put together, she's very vocal when it comes to sharing ideas and opinions. And that in itself will give you, that extra, like that person standing up and showing that you are the viable candidate. But there's some things that you need to do. There's some things that you need to do, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. If you're an introvert, let me know in the chat, like, what are some misconceptions that people have about you that may not be true? What are some challenges that you might have been experiencing what in the workplace or in your business as an introvert that people don't um, like there's certain biases or certain misconceptions, as I said, that they may have of you that's not true. Let me know in the chat what are some of those misconceptions, and let's talk about it, because the way that we show up as introverts, I said introvert, being an introvert is your personality, right? It's a personality trait, and it's how you use your energy. Like, I am not that person who's going to walk into a room, oh my gosh, house is on fire, and be like, no, right? I don't have that personality. But that does not mean that if I'm advocating for myself or I'm advocating for someone, or I see something is not right, or I have a different opinion or idea as to how something is going to should be done, or we should look at a different way of doing something, that I'm not going to speak up. I'm just not going to walk into a room. It's not my personality to walk into a room and then, hello everyone, top of the morning, how are you doing? Because that's not how I use my energy, right? And as introverts, that may not be a way that you use your energy as well, right? And so, looking at my own personality as an introvert and how I use my energy, I think about it in this way, right? When we compare introverts to extroverts, it's just a matter of how they use their energy. So I look at an introvert, it's this idea behind where my output of energy or our output of energy may look different to an extrovert, and but our impact is the same. So for instance, introverts are not public speakers. That's a misconception. It's like, oh, we're scared and fearful of speaking up. That's not true. That's not true. Extroverts can experience the same anxieties that we may experience around public speaking. It's a matter of identifying on whether or not you're an introvert or you're an extrovert. What are your how do you what is the impact do you want to make? What are some skills that you need to work on, and start working on those skills so that you can really have that presence and impact that you're looking for. I think as introverts, we have a very calming personality, very much so. And sometimes that, in depending on the setting that we're in, that's very much so appreciated, especially when we're in a setting where um there's a lot happening. Everybody's going in different directions, but as an introvert, you can be the calm within the storm. You can be that person who, because you're not outputting energies the same way, it means that you're calmly thinking about the situation, you're calmly thinking about new ideas and new ways to increase revenue in the companies that you work for, or you're looking for new ways to interact and engage. It's not that you're disconnected, you're just looking for new ways of creative ways of making an impact in the surroundings that you're in. So since I'm going on this idea that introverts, we have a very calming personality, right? A quiet storm. And it's important that our presence are being felt in the rooms that we're in. And we do not, I repeat, as an introvert, you do not have to try to have this similar personality or energy like an extrovert. You don't. I remember those days you see on a job description where one of the things requirements was you had to have an outgoing personality, and you have to be an can't tell you how many times I would apply for a role and I get into an interview and I'm trying to be this bubbly, come off with this type of energy that at the end of the day did not reflect my authentic self. And I wasn't able to make the impact that I want to make because I was so focused on being perceived as this energized bunny when I'm really not that individual. But my impact is felt, and the way that I lead is from a calming space, is from that space of centeredness. It's from that space where zen, if anything, but I'm very much so firm in my decisions and my ideas and the way that I show up. And you may be that person as well. So do not take the misconceptions of who you are as an introvert and internalize that um, as a way of saying, oh, you may not get the opportunity. You may not be able to negotiate your salary. You may not be able to speak up for yourself and advocate for others. No, there are so many successful introverts in the world that they found that, and it works for me as well. I don't want to say I'm extroverted. I'm like right in the middle whenever I have a role, whether or not that's leading a team, working on a project, where my voice and opinion and ideas matters, where I have to contribute, where it's not me just working at my desk by myself doing what I'm doing, but I'm working in a team. I'm working in an environment where I need to speak up. Like I become a different person where I'm like, yes, my ideas, my opinions, I'm going to share that. So, in the spirit of introverts being a calming center and a quiet storm amongst our colleagues and our friends and our family, I came up with this acronym, using the acronym CALM, to really show you how you can leverage the power of style, right? Calm. And calm for me means comfortable color, attention to details, less is more, and mindful dressing. So I'm going to go into those a little bit more to show you, as an introvert, how you can apply the CAM acronym to really having a presence, to really making sure that your presence is being felt in every room and every space that you're entering. So, C, which is comfort and colors. When you're thinking about getting dressed and what you're going to wear, you have to think about wearing clothes that's comfortable for you. And this is where clearly defining your personal style is very much so important. Having a clear understanding as to what you want to wear, how you want to show up, and as well as the environment that you're in. So, for instance, if you are working in a business casual environment and you're going into the office 3 times a week, you have Zoom meetings that you're going to be on as well. And you have client meetings when you're in office that you're going to be meeting with clients. You have to then determine what is like you're creating your outfit formula for your comfortable wear. I know most persons are in this space where like, oh yeah, I'm done with the heels. If that's you, we're comfortable for you in terms of footwear means it's going to be sneakers. Comfortable in terms of your clothing choices is going to be okay. I want to be comfortable, and comfortable for me right now means I am going to wear dresses that feels nice and soft on my body, that flows on my body, and that's what I'm going to wear. So determine for yourself what, in terms of article of clothing, that's comfortable for you, that feels good on your body. And when you're looking at clothing, choosing clothing types that are comfortable, also pay attention to fit, because you don't want to confuse comfortable with ill-fitting clothing, right? You don't want to wear anything that is too big for your body type, too long. Just if you're wearing a pants and it's dragging on the floor, you're wearing a blazer and it's way past your wrist. Like, you want to be comfortable, but also ensure that your clothing is fitting your body. So in this first stage of the acronym of COME in C, the first thing that you need to do, make sure your clothes is comfortable, i.e., it's fitting you properly, and you've established what feels more comfortable on your body. And then start looking at ways that you can include colors. If your natural instinct is to grab that black blazer, grab that black pants, think about how you can add colors into your wardrobe. So going back to that outfit, your outfit formula of, let's say, your business casual environment, and you've decided that your outfit formula is going to be a blazer, a top, and jeans. That's jeans and sneakers. That's your outfit formula. Now, traditionally, you may have grabbed a black blazer, a white, maybe t-shirt, blue jeans, white sneakers. Looking at your outfit formula, which of those items can you replace with a color? Do you feel most comfortable wearing maybe a color blazer, or maybe a color t-shirt, or maybe even your sneakers, right? But you want to add colors into your outfit, what you wear every day, because colors create conversations. People are instantly drawn to something that's colorful. You stand out. So basically, when you enter a room, when you are on that Zoom meeting, when you're meeting with that client, you're removing some of that pressure or that need to be that bright light in the way that you are, your presence. So your outfit, because it's colorful, is creating that presence. It's communicating that you are someone that is insightful, is it's someone who that they need to listen to, right? That you become that focal point, and having that connection with people. Because, as I said, people connect with what they see. Colors will draw you in. Me sitting here, you're basically looking at me and, like, the thing that pop, the colors in my outfit, the color of my nail, those are all reasons why when you wear color, it helps you to attract the attention. The second part of really being able to leverage the power of style as an introvert, so you can stand out at work, because that's what you want to do. If you are hiding, if you are fading in the background, that means that you're losing opportunities. That means that people are not seeing you and your presence is not being felt. So what you want to do in this, the A in COME is for attention to details. You want to pay attention to details. Like, how are you putting together the outfits that you're wearing? What are you accessorizing, or what jewelry are you accessorizing it with? What You're going back to that C in where it's comfortable and colorful. It's like, those are the attention to details that you want to pay attention to. You want to make sure that whatever you're wearing is authentic to you. So don't try to wear anything because you may see someone who's an extrovert at work and they're very colorful in like a full-on colorful outfit, and you try to do that as well. Like, be mindful of what you're wearing and just paying attention to the jewelry and the accessories or how you're wearing it. Give you an example. When I say attention to detail, is being able to step into the room and not making what you're wearing a distraction. Give you an example. These earrings, I absolutely love them. Like, they're gorgeous. It's like this red petal with this gold detail. Kind of have this, you can I can basically remove this part of it and wear it as a stud. But here's the thing, you hear that? If I wear this and I walk into a room, this is all you're going to hear, right? And this can become distracting. So attention to detail is paying attention to the sound of your clothes. Is it rubbing against each other when you're walking? Is it, like the squeaking and screeching of your shoes? Those are all things that you want to pay attention to because that can be distracting, right? You enter a space and it's quiet and you walk in and it's like, everybody's like, oh, what's going on, right? You don't want that type of attention. You don't want your clothing to create that type of distraction. So choose accessories that, yes, they're bold, yes, they're statement, yes, they're authentic to you. But like this, there's no jingling or shaking or noise or sound that's coming from this. So I'm able to connect, I'm able to have a presence without my jewelry being distracting in terms of the noise that it's making. And as we talk about paying attention to detail, we have to think about less is more. That's the L in calm. Less is more. Try not to have too many competing parts in your outfit. Like you're wearing a statement earring and you're wearing a statement necklace and you're wearing a statement shoes. Too many things in an outfit can become distracting. So what you want to do is to curate your wardrobe with quality basics, with core pieces, with pieces that you can mix and match. So even though you may decide that part of your uniform, part of your personal style is that you want to wear statement earrings, you want to wear statement necklace, you may have decided that your go-to statement is going to be like colorful sneakers, you're having fun with it, or maybe a colorful blazer that has like incredible detailing on it. You may decide that those are all core pieces that you're going to add to your closet. That's totally fine. Do not wear all of them at once. So you may decide in one outfit that you're going to wear your statement blazer and you keep everything simple and neutral. So a statement blazer, white t-shirt, blue denim, and your sneakers, loafers, whatever you decide as your footwear. And so you're keeping it simple. You're walking, which allows you to then walk into the room, and in that instance, your blazer becomes the point of focus and a point of conversation, a conversation in terms of people are interested in what you're wearing. People are interested in how you're showing up when you are showing up as yourself, and when you're having that present. It simply means you don't have to walk into that room and be like, oh yes, I need to become an extrovert. You're walking into that room and you're already walking in with your presence being felt. So when you're raising your hands, when you're speaking, it's not, someone is trying to find you in the sea of sameness. You're standing out, and that will give you an advantage whenever you're entering, um, in your business, in a boardroom, wherever spaces that you're in. It gives you that advantage because you are showing up and your presence is being felt. The M is for mindful dressing. Mindful dressing is another way of which you can leverage your style. And what I mean by mindful dressing is being very much so intentional. So going back to the first three letters in the CALM acronym, which is comfortable and colorful, attention to detail, and less is more. So you take all of that and create your outfit and the way you're showing up, and being very much so mindful about the space that you're entering and the message that you want to send. So let's take, for instance, you're going to a networking event. Like, I'll give you an example. I went to a networking event last Wednesday, I think it was. And I decided that I was going to wear a monochromatic green outfit. I was wearing a dark green um, wide leg pants. I was trying to remember my outfit. Wide leg pants and a lighter color green sweater shirt with these puffy sleeves and what I call my casual pumps because they're like 3 inches, whereas my normal heel will be like 4 inches high, right? So in this instance, I was wearing some very low flats. I didn't know anyone at the networking event. I was going by myself as well. And my purpose for being in that room was to be able to connect with um, other women within the space. There was women from Coca-Cola, there were women from Pepsi, there were women who had their own businesses. And so these are executive level women. And so I wanted to be able to connect with them, right? But I also know the way that I output my energy, the way that I put out energy in terms of how I use my energy as an introvert is that I would not walk into that room and hello everyone, I'm Salida, like just walking and be like that bold, right? So I needed my outfit to do the heavy lifting for me. When I walked into the room, I knew my presence was going to be felt. I knew I was going to be seen. And I also knew whenever I spoke that I was going to be heard and remembered. And the goal walking into that space is to be able to connect, is to be able to build relationships, right? That was the goal. And you can't have a goal like that and walk into the room looking like everyone else because you're not going to stand out, right? And then you, as an introvert, needs to now, it requires you to output a lot of energy to be able to connect. What happened in that space? I had multiple persons walk up to me and say, oh my gosh, I love your outfit. Oh my gosh, I wanted to connect with you. What do you do? And that then lead into a conversation of what I do, why I'm here, who I'm looking to connect with, and all of that, which created an opportunity for me to build relationships outside of that room because my presence was felt in that room with total strangers. And this is what I mean to when you're mindful about dressing, being very intentional about dressing, whenever you're going to a networking event, whenever you are whether or not you're interviewing or you are you have an executive level meeting, anything that you're preparing to be present in a room, before you get dressed, instead of walking into your closet, instead of saying, oh, I have a meeting today, a meeting with the CEO of this Fortune 500 company, and you're preparing everything, like all the meeting notes and all of that, but you decided, oh, I need to get dressed, let me just go in my closet and pick something up. No. Mindful dressing and showing up powerfully, especially as an introvert, means that you have to take a moment, reflect on how do you want to be seen, what is the message, and what do you want to wear that's going to allow you to do that. Right? So as introverts, we can have a big impact in the rooms that we're going into without having to have the same energy like an extrovert. Being an introvert is actually, for me, I think it's a superpower because there's so many people that will underestimate me. And sometimes underestimate whether or not I can lead, underestimate whether or not I can take on a project. And it's like when I do the project or I'm speaking up, it's like, oh, I guess you are not so introverted after all, right? And it's like, no, it's just a way of how I use my energy. And so for me, it's this part of this conversation is to be able to put you in a better position as an introvert to make sure that your presence is being felt. Right. So as an introvert, when you're thinking about getting dressed, when you're thinking about how can you leverage the power of style, it's a tool that you can use to communicate your value. It's a tool that you can use to build your confidence and your credibility and really have an impact in your career. So take the calm as a good thing and use the CAM acronym whenever you're getting dressed. As I said, if you're joining me late on this conversation, the CAM acronym in whenever you're putting together your outfits, whenever you're getting dressed as an introvert for your next business opportunity, next career opportunity, think comfort and color, attention to detail, less is more, and be very much so mindful of how you're dressing and what you're wearing and the impact and message that you want to communicate in the rooms and the spaces that you're in. Thank you all very much for joining me today. If we haven't connected as yet, definitely hit that follow button here on LinkedIn and let's connect. If you're looking for help with your personal style, like there's so many things that you are already doing amazing in your job, but we're talking about the 35 different decisions that you're making every day, and you decided, okay, I do not want to make getting dressed one of those decisions, or you're absolutely like you're not sure what your personal style is, how to dress your body type, and what pieces that's going to allow you to really have that impact and that presence that you need to be able to attract those opportunities. Then I invite you to send me a DM and let's talk about how we can work together in ensuring that your style, the way that you're showing up, is you're using it in a powerful way to attract those opportunities. Until next time, remember that representation is not just you being in the room or having a seat at the table, but it's also how you show up. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.